Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About. And in this episode we're talking about SCP-099, otherwise known as the Portrait. Object class is safe, meaning it's relatively easy to contain and poses very little to no threat. This article has no picture, but I'm sure if you were to look it up, you would find one. If there is one, I'll put it right here. I have never read this article. It's 099, so yeah, 1 away from 100. 2 away from, no, 3 away from the Shy Guy, which I will do eventually. Special containment procedures are SCP-099 is kept in a 1 meter by 75 centimeter wall-mounted fireproof case in Gallery 27. Standard climate and humidity controls applied to the section of the gallery. Due to its properties, SCP-099 can only be viewed within the gallery by Level 2 staff or higher, and only from a distance greater than 5 meters, and for a period not to exceed 5 minutes per day. When not being viewed, the case is to remain shut and electronically locked. That, man, whoa. Are you telling me that this SCP is safe with all those restrictions? It's in a case, it is locked, it is electronically locked. On top of that, only certain personnel, only for this amount of time, only 5 meters away, humidity control, all this good stuff. Why is it so heavily contained? If it's safe, is it safe because of how it's contained, or is it safe because of its properties? I think it might be the former and not the latter. As to what SCP-099 is, it is a 73 by 50 centimeter painting titled The Portrait, created in 1935 by surrealist painter René Magritte. The original painting possesses mimetic properties that trigger acute paranoia and lingering psychological effects when viewed for too long, or from a distance of approximately 3 meters or less. The painting depicts a simple still life, with an addition of a single eye staring back at the viewer. So wait, is it like third-eyed? Is it it's a portrait, so it's a person. No, it's a still life. Still life. A still life means it's an inanimate object. However, it says it has an eye that watches the viewer, stares at the viewer. That's kind of horrifying to imagine. So it's just a picture. Maybe it could be anything. It doesn't specify what exactly it is, but it has an eye. That's the thing that we know. Could be like a flower, could be a melon, could be a computer, could be a cabinet. But the thing that is on it is an eye, and it stares at the viewer, meaning it probably moves, and that is terrifying. Continuing on, a reproduction of the work currently hangs in the Museum of Modern Art in New York, with critical elements removed to prevent the paranoia trigger. For a detailed description of the changes, refer to document 99B. Detailed reproductions and photographs of the original work retain its mimetic properties. Oh. What? That's interesting. So if you reproduce this picture, it's not just the original with the properties. If you reproduce it, it has the same effect, meaning it's not just that picture, it's that artistic, like, interway, it's not a word, that artistic medium, that picture, that portrait is the SCP, whether it's recreated or not. I don't like the image of the eye. Those who have viewed the painting for too long or from too close a distance become subject to the delusion that any being or depiction of a being with eyes is staring at them. In extreme cases, subjects report that inanimate objects are making eye contact. Oh, it makes you lose your goddamn mind. Okay. It doesn't, like, cause violence or anything. No, it makes you feel like everything's staring at you. And Lord almighty, I would not do good with that. Oh, that's awful. Imagine you're in a room. You're looking at art, right? And you turn around and you suddenly, everyone is staring at you. Just dead eye staring. How would you react? I don't think you'd react very well. But it's not like everyone is staring at you, but you see everyone staring at you, which is kind of creepy. And also, other inanimate objects are making eye contact, meaning you see eyes in other inanimate objects. The last paragraph of the description reads, "The condition is so severe that subjects will report making eye contact with individuals whose heads are completely turned away. Depending on the length of the original exposure to the painting, subjects may suffer from this condition until death, resulting in severe paranoia and ankylophobia," which I imagine is a fear of staring, a fear of eyes, maybe, like a fear of being watched. I would imagine. That's just a guess. But if you're there for long enough, you might have it till death. So it's not a forever thing. I mean, it can be, but like if you start it, it will go away over time, which is good, which is very good, and probably why it's safe. But until death, imagine that. Extreme paranoia. No, everyone you see is looking at you. Not really, but in your head it is. Jesus, that's a terrifying thought. My anxiety is skyrocketing just imagining that. I know I would not do good with that. I can't make eye contact normally. I struggle with eye contact all the time. I suck at eye contact. It's not like, my eye contact thing is not like, oh, I just physically can't. No, I can. I just get really uncomfortable after a little bit, which I feel like a lot of people also sympathize with. However, this makes it so like everyone you see is staring at you. They could be walking away, they could be driving, they could be, no matter where they are looking at you. Not them looking at you really, but in your head you see everyone looking at you, and that is not okay. This painting also puts eyes on inanimate objects. Again, not really, but it makes you see eyes where there are no eyes looking at you. No matter what, something is looking at you, is what I imagine, and that is not okay. There's an addendum here, and it reads, SCP-099 was recovered from the private collection of K. Sage, another surrealist painter. Recovery was performed by MTF Theta 6 Pink Panther. Mrs. Sage was unaware of the recovery and replacement of SCP-099. Although pre-recovery investigation suggests she was aware of its properties, it was either immune or careful not to look too closely. So maybe this Mrs. Sage was immune, maybe, but also probably just knew about it and decided, yeah, I'm not gonna look at that. That's not gonna happen. That's not, I'm good. I'm really good. This K. Sage is the collection holder, and this painting caused not her the effect, but she was aware of the effect. Marguerite was still alive. At the time, SCP-099 was stored in Gallery 27. He remained under Foundation surveillance until his death in 1867. Research suggests that the painting's mimetic trigger was intentionally created, although the effect and power of the trigger was likely unintentional. The Foundation has studied the rest of Marguerite's works and have found no anomalous mimetic properties to this date. And that is the whole article. There is a sentence down here that says weaponized replication data expunged, and I don't like that. But that is the whole article. So the artist, the original artist, Rene Marguerite, I don't know if that's a real name. Probably not. This portrait makes it so it was probably intentional. This mimetic trigger to make you feel like you're being stared at was probably, maybe, possibly, kind of, hopefully not, but most definitely probably intentional. Because it was intentional, this artist is a threat. She made it. She made the original knowing damn well what it was going to be. And she continued to go along with it. And not to mention this collection person, this K. Sage, was also aware of it? How deep does this go? This further believes my thing that, like, art galleries, right, are such a money laundering scheme. No one's gonna pay $200,000 for a painting, much less $200 million. But people do, because they have dirty money and they need it clean. That's what money laundering is. However, this painting causes you to lose your marbles and makes you see everyone staring at you, and, is probably extreme paranoia. It makes you afraid of staring, and all this awful, weird, terrifying stuff. And I wonder how, they said that the replicas also hold the mimetic agents. Is it as powerful? Is it like the same level of strength that the original would give? Like that kind of mimetic staring that everyone is staring at you. Would any replica have the same strength? It already said that it has the same mimetic properties, meaning it'll also cause it. They said that there's one in a art gallery in the Modern Art Museum in New York. It's not real. Clearly, this painting isn't real. I should really specify at the beginning of these episodes that none of these SCPs are real. But suppose in the SCP world, in the Modern Art Museum in New York, there is a replica with super high creative liberties and critical elements removed to prevent this paranoia trigger. And there is no, it says if you want changes to go to document 099B, that's not here. That's not on the article. So, I still don't know what this thing looks like. I already flashed the image, I'll flash it again if there is one. If there isn't, oh well. Overall, this painting, this portrait, was contained relatively long ago. Rene Marguerite, he created this with the purpose of the trigger. And the Foundation found it in the collection of Mrs. Sage. This collection is analyzed, and they took the anomalous painting. Mrs. Sage was probably aware, and now it is in containment. It is a safe house because it can't move, and there's not really a breach. However, the last sentence, which I already said, is weapon replication, and it's just data expunged. That's it. Meaning someone had the idea to make this painting weaponized. And that would not end well for any party, because it would be a really interesting weapon, but it would be terrifying. Just imagine it. It would be horrifying. I don't like people staring at me. I would not like everything staring at me. I don't think anyone would like everyone staring at them. The paranoia comes separate from that. But I assume the paranoia toppled with the just general paranoia would cause someone to lose their mind. Paranoia is a really bad feeling. So just don't look at the painting. Because if you do, you'll be watched too. And with that being said, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, as that really helps with boosting the channel. If you have any other SCPs you'd like me to review, or anything else you'd like me to talk about, leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to get to it if I can. And yeah, thank you all so much. Subscribe, hit the bell to be up to date with my uploads, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!